What's going on, YouTube modeling community? Pappy here at West Georgia Rods and Customs. As promised, I said that I would do a second part of the casting your own parts series tutorials. This is going to be the making a two-piece mold. Why a two-piece mold? Well, when you mold, if you're trying to mold something that has like a tire, you've got the raised letters on this side and you got raised letters on that side, as well as you have, let me zoom in, you have tread that you're trying to capture also. So if you can see that seam line that's going right down that middle, that is where you're actually going to start one side of the mold out and go out. And that's what the modeling clay is for. The modeling clay is also, if you can see down in there, I had to fill the void of this hollow tire up with the modeling clay. If not, the silicone would get on the inside of it and you never would be able to remove the tire from the mold. So you have to fill that up and make that a clear shot all the way through there. So, and two, when you pour your resin, that tire will be actually a solid tire except for in the center. All right. Now, what have you got to do to capture, say, half of that? So if you measure and just take, you can split the difference. What you're going to do is take the modeling clay, which is about, actually, if you see how it's about halfway up that line right there. So I've got a big hole cut out right here in the center of it, and I've got a piece that doesn't have a hole. Why is that? Because I'm going to lay one on top of the other. And what I do is I will drop that tire right down in the center. So you see right there what I've got? I got that. But what am I going to do about the groove right down through here? Well, I'll take, and if you notice, let's kind of go over the tools that you're going to be needing with this. This purple thing right here is not it's not anything. It's not a nightstick or anything like that. This is actually a roller. This is a plastic roller that you use to get this stuff as flat as possible. And what you're trying to get it, like I said, you're trying to get it as thick as half the distance of that tire. But you're also going to need to set this on top of here, just like that. You're just gonna marry those two pieces of clay together. And once you get that in there, you'll take some more of these tools. You don't necessarily have to have everything that I've got right here. You can get these right here. And all you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking, either you can take this and you can go around this edge right here, or you can take these kind of dental looking instruments right here. And what you're going to be doing is, and let me kind of zoom in right here, you're going to be packing, or actually pushing that clay up against the edge of that tire. Because if you didn't, if you look down through there, you've got a little void all the way around that tire. Now, if you left that silicone would creep and it will find it. It will find a place that goes down in between that. So you want to get that as tight as possible. That's why I have several different types of really, it's dental instruments is what it is. But if you look at the tips of these, I got like a big one and a small one. A lot of times I'll just take the big one and I'll just kind of press that up against the tire. Sometimes I can take craft sticks, and I can take these craft sticks and I can take and kind of sandwich them together like that and compress it this way, and then I can take them and compress it just a little. You're not putting a lot of pressure on this. You're just trying to push, you're just going to take it. And let me just kind of show you what I'm talking about. You can kind of just take that amount of pressure and see how much that closes that gap up right there. Sorry, I have to do this with one hand. It's kind of awkward doing this, but it gives you the visual of what I'm trying to do. Once you close that gap up, you can take these tools right here and you can pack up against that. And that creates a good tight, pretty much a good tight seal in between that tire. So you see about how much you're leaving right there. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this series in where I'll stop off. I'll start it like what I'm doing right here. I'll get this up to a certain stage before I build the next thing. Because some of the things, like I say, you're going to be utilizing. You're going to be utilizing maybe an X-Acto knife. You can find these in the craft section at Hobby Lobby, and these are just really just cheap little sculpting tools. These are about, you can get a pack of these probably about $10 or $15 there as well. And let's see what else. Just craft sticks. You can find this little. It's actually I used to call them bread rollers, but you can find these. They've got these over there as well as and you're going to be using this craft board for as far as with the mold box itself. And then the other things you're going to need. Now, this is one of the things I like to use. This is a flat piece of plexiglass. I've had this laying around the shop, and I use it for a lot, especially with molding and stuff. What I end up doing is, let me set this to the side. Here is, I can actually, that's acts as the bottom of my mold box, and I can actually take the craft board and cut it to whatever size I need and hot glue that to that. It doesn't affect anything. So I'll be utilizing this with my mold box. But as far as size of this right here, I'm kind of just allowing probably about a good, ½ inch between the walls right here to right here. And just centering it up like that. And one thing that what I do is I'll take a piece of, just a piece of tubing. And that's what I've been using to put for the pour spout. What I'll do is fill that up. I'll fill that up full of clay, and I will press that up against the tire right in the center of it. That way it'll create a pour spout. It'll leave a void where I can create that, where I can pour the resins down in there. Now, one thing that I haven't done right yet is right in the center. Now you can see it, all you're seeing right here is actually, you're seeing the bottom of that. You've still got to fill that void up about halfway. As you can tell with that, see I've got a little plug. And what I'll do is I'll form a little ball, stick it down in there, flatten it out, make it good and smooth where it will and compact it, and it won't come up no higher than this distance right here on the inside of the wheel. That way, once you get everything, you form your mold box, and then you get your mold box around it. Then you can once everything's ready, you'll pour it. It'll let that set for 20. Well, I usually let it set 24 hours before I even fool with it. But this is the first part. I'm going to set the camera down, and I'm going to start the second part probably later on. Once I get it to where I've got the gap filled in between here, I'll show you how that looks, how I put a pour spout in here, and then get everything squared up and get ready to take the craft board and hot glue a little mold box around that. So that'll be in the second part. But like I say, I'm just trying to cover a lot of the things, some of the things that it's going to take to get you to this part right here. But starting off, filling your tire, the first thing you want to do is take that tire, fill it full of the putty, as far as the modeling clay. Get it good and smooth on the inside of that, where it won't get any voids in it. Roll you out one piece of, and this block is about 2 by 2. It's 2 by 2 this way, so it's 2 inches square. And then you'll cut a hole in the same size as the tire, a little bit bigger. Then you'll cut another piece about, that's probably about, I'd say the bottom piece is about a quarter inch, and that's probably about 3/8 of an inch thick. You're just really coming up halfway on that tire and creating that. But that's some of the things that you're going to be needing, and that's about where I'm going to drop off right here. I'm going to put a little bit more work on this, and I'll get it wrapped up and get it ready and show y'all what it's like on the second one. And then I'll get all the pieces ready to form the mold box, and then we'll just keep having fun with this. But really appreciate the response on the molds for the engines and the wheels, and I appreciate everybody wanting me to kind of give a little tutorial about how to do these tires. So we'll cover that part in the next series. Remember, folks, if you can dream it, build it. God bless y'all. Pappy out of here.